Alright everybody, today we'll be making sofrito. And so these are the main ingredients of sofrito. We got green bell peppers, we got garlic, tomatoes, red bell peppers, cilantro, and onions. Now what this is we're actually going to make this and we're going to freeze cubes in ice trays. And this is just something that you can throw into a lot of different meals. We're gonna pulse it all up here in our food processor, and so you can use it for things like soups. You know, if you make rice, Spanish rice. What I really like is, you know, anytime you're in a kind of in a bind for time and you have to buy, you know, maybe some pre-made food, soups, rice, or whatever, you can throw this in there. I mean, you can throw it in there for anything. So let's get started. So basically I got my food processor here, my little Ninja, and it's very simple. I'm just going to cut all these up, put them in here, and then put them in ice cube trays, freeze them, break them up, and then I'll have them at any time, little cubes of greatness. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we just need to chop these things like loosely. And so we'll start with the red bell peppers. Let me get my knife. These have all been washed, by the way. Alright, so we're just going to kind of loosely chop this sucker. You know, I try to get the most out of it, so I'm just going to chop it around here. Chop. Chop. We're just loosely chopping because we're throwing it in the food processor. Alright, let's chunk that in there. Oh shit. Shoot. Damn it. It's hard to film and put it in there then. So alright, got that in there. Let's go. Next up is our onion. Chop once again. We're just chopping that in half. And we're gonna peel this sucker. Damn it. Alright, now we're just going to chunk this in here. Boom. Chunk that in here. You know, I'm not going to use this whole onion. I'm going to use like 3/4 of it. That's a lot of onion. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting pretty full in here. I might have to pulse this to get it down. I still got to add garlic, but we're looking good here. I'm filling my food processor up pretty full. Alright, so we got a kind of a mess here, but not too much of a mess. It's worth it. This is worth it. Now, we've got garlic. You know, it differs from person to person on what they want to put in there. How much garlic. Some people say put a whole head of garlic in there. I don't know if I'm about all that business. But I'm going to throw maybe 3 or 4 in there. Cloves, garlic. So we got 3. I'm gonna put a 4th one in. Get out of here, cilantro stems. I got memories. This is crazy. We got 4. Let me go with another one, a big one, for number 5, because this is it. And I want to make it popping. Alright, so we went with 4 after all. Alright, so now I crowded this pretty bad. I probably should have like blended already, but let's see what happens. I'm going to try to put the lid on, and then we're just going to pulse this, alright? So I'm going to put the lid on. It's probably going to be a little tough, so I can't record that because it's going to be some work. Alright, so I got the lid on, hopefully. Close it up. It's plugged in. Let's see. Let's turn it on. And we are going to do, shoot. Man, I got to mess up. Oh, man. Alright, hold on a second. All right, now we're back. We wanted to make sure we don't want to leave any men behind. I think I'm just gonna go like medium right now. Alright, so when you're done, you should have something that looks like this. And yeah, I know, it looks kind of like a chimichurri or something like that, but what we're going to do now is we're going to take this and put these into ice cube trays, because we're going to freeze them and then put them in, freeze them overnight and make them into cubes so that we can use them anytime for anything we're cooking. And you know, if you ever want to just add like freshness to any type of thing you're cooking, yeah, it's a little bit more on like the where's the Latin type flavor, but it really works in a lot of dishes. What I find is, like, when you're really, you know, maybe you don't feel like cooking food, and maybe you bought like an organic, some kind of organic meal pre-prepped, whether it be rice or soup or just anything. You can just chunk a cube of this in there, and it'll give you a really like fresh, you know, somewhat like homemade feel to it. When I say feel instead of flavor, because it's just a really nice addition to anything that you're making, especially if it's, you know, pre-made. All right, so let's cube these up. All right, so I have my trays out here, my ice cube trays. And now I'm just going to kind of have my sauce here. You can use a spoon to just kind of fill these up. Just go down the line, keep filling it up. Right now I'm just kind of putting one spoon in each little ice cubicle. I guess that's what we'll call it. And I'll fill it up more here in a second. So let me just keep filling this up. And once again, this is called Sofrito. I believe the Latin term for it means fresh greatness of that which it is everything that it can be. I mean, I might be a little off on that translation, but I think that's what it means. You got enough for about 2 ice trays here. And you know, they'll last a while. I mean, I've kept these ice cubes for a while. And what you're gonna do is, you know, obviously freeze these overnight. Freeze them overnight, and then tomorrow morning, just get a freezer bag and break them up like you normally would break up ice to put in your other thingamajigs, and you'll be on your way. So, almost done here. These have a little bit more than the other ones, so I'm going to kind of... Okay, so I have my 2 trays of ice cubes here filled with sofrito, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to put these in the freezer, let them freeze overnight. Then I'm going to break them up into break them up and put them into a freezer bag. And anytime I'm cooking anything, I've got greatness and freshness and magic in a cube. So I recommend making some sofrito. And I'll see y'all soon. Much love. I love you guys. Seriously. Rest well, my friends. Rest well. Alright, so when you're done, you get a freezer bag, break up your cubes, and now you have a bunch of cubes full of flavor. And that's it.
Only from the mind of Orion.